Have you ever wondered what your cat thinks you do all day when you disappear behind that door? The answer might reveal something surprising about your cat and about yourself. Every morning you follow the same strange ritual. You get dressed, gather a few objects, and walk toward a giant rectangle in the wall. Then you vanish. Hours pass. Sometimes an entire day passes, and somehow you always come back. To you, there's nothing mysterious about that. You went to work, visited friends, bought groceries, or handled 100 ordinary human tasks, but your cat has no idea what any of those things are. Your cat doesn't understand jobs. Your cat doesn't understand money. Your cat doesn't understand supermarkets, offices, or traffic jams. As far as your cat knows, you simply disappear into another world. Imagine seeing someone vanish every day and then magically return with food. You would probably start developing theories too. The fascinating thing is that cats are constantly trying to make sense of patterns. They may not think in language the way we do, but they are excellent observers. They notice routines. They notice timing. They notice small changes in behavior. They learn which sounds predict certain events. The sound of a food container means one thing. The sound of keys means another. The sound of the front door can mean everything. Over time, your cat builds a mental map of your habits. But that map has huge missing pieces. Your cat sees the beginning of the story and the end of the story, but never the middle. That's where things get interesting. Researchers have found that cats possess object permanence, the understanding that things continue to exist even when they can't be seen. This means your cat doesn't believe you stop existing when you leave. But knowing that something exists is very different from knowing what it is doing. Your cat knows you are somewhere. The mystery is where. Some researchers believe cats create expectation models based on previous experiences. In simple terms, your cat predicts what usually happens next. If you leave in the morning, your cat expects you to return later. If you stay away longer than usual, many cats become noticeably more alert. Some wait by windows, some wait by doors, some become restless. The routine has changed, and that matters. What makes this fascinating is that humans do exactly the same thing. We hate gaps in knowledge. When we don't understand something, our brains rush to create explanations. That's why people invent stories about mysterious sounds in the night. It's why conspiracy theories spread so easily. It's why uncertainty makes us uncomfortable. Your cat may not be wondering whether you're sitting in traffic, but your cat is experiencing a smaller version of the same psychological puzzle. Something important has disappeared. The brain wants an explanation. We often imagine ourselves as the highly rational species. But much of human behavior is actually built around managing uncertainty. We create schedules, we make plans, we check weather forecasts, we track packages online. We constantly try to reduce the number of unknowns in our lives. Your cat is doing something surprisingly similar. It watches for clues, it tracks patterns, it predicts outcomes, and it waits to see whether those predictions come true. Some cat behaviorists suggest that cats may view humans as part of their social environment rather than as owners. In other words, you are not simply a food machine. You are a predictable feature of your cat's world. When that feature suddenly disappears, the world becomes slightly less understandable. That's why some cats greet their humans at the door. It's not always excitement. Sometimes it's information gathering. The missing piece of the pattern has returned. The puzzle is complete again. There's another possibility that is even more interesting. Your cat may not spend most of the day wondering where you are at all. Humans often assume that other minds think about us as much as we think about them, but every creature is the center of its own experience. While you are imagining your cat waiting dramatically by the window, your cat might be focused on a patch of sunlight moving across the floor. It might be tracking a bird outside. It might be deciding whether a cardboard box is worth investigating. In a strange way, that idea reflects another human truth. Most people spend far less time thinking about us than we imagine. We worry about being judged. We replay awkward conversations. We imagine everyone noticing our mistakes. Yet most people are busy living inside their own stories, just like your cat. So what does your cat think you do when you leave home? The honest answer is that nobody knows for certain. But the evidence suggests your cat notices your absence, tracks your patterns, predicts your return, and updates its expectations based on experience. In other words, your cat is doing what brains do. It is trying to make sense of an incomplete world. And maybe the reason we find that idea so fascinating is because we are doing exactly the same thing every single day.